So you definitely seem like you do have great energy.
Yeah, I biked 18 miles.
You did?
When was that, 2 days ago?
Simply incredible when you look and talk to Dr. Richard Sacra now, considering it wasn't that long ago this doctor from Holden was told he had Ebola.
I mean, you have to admit that you went to hell and back.
Yeah, thank God.
That you're back.
Yeah.
Dr. Sacra doesn't know exactly how he got Ebola. He was treating a patient in Liberia who was pregnant, had HIV, but did not know that she had Ebola. And it was when he took off his gear that may have opened the door.
Getting out of things I may have gotten contaminated. And so now we've adjusted that protocol. And after surgery, even if you feel that your patient doesn't have Ebola, after surgery we're now getting bleached, getting sprayed with bleach before we take off our gown and gloves, whereas at that time in August we weren't doing that. So we've kind of stepped up our procedures to try and get a higher level of protection for the staff.
Based on how many people have passed away from that and the fact that you contracted Ebola yourself.
And it was rough, really rough. Dr. Sacra wasn't feeling well, and on the 8th day of feeling like that, he knew.
Well, I had a normal full day at work. I treated lots of patients. I had dinner with a friend. And then about 10 o'clock in the evening, I developed a fever, felt chilly, took my temperature. It was 100.8. I isolated myself. I started checking my temperature and monitoring and trying to see, whether this was something serious or not.
And you knew it was more than a cold. Did you think Ebola right away?
I was pretty convinced that it probably was.
A tough conversation to have with his wife, Debbie, who was back here in Massachusetts.
And she supported you and said, okay, we're going to get through this.
She was really very solid through the whole thing.
Yep.
The decision is made. Dr. Sacra is flown to Nebraska Medical Center where the experts there bring him to life, and he's Ebola-free.
And how about that moment you were able to embrace your wife?
Oh my gosh, it was just great to be back united with the family, with my sons and with my wife. And yeah, it was too long to be apart. So.
I know, I'm sure. Let's go to Liberia. This is a place that's very, very close to your heart. And to see person after person after person die from something that you ended up contracting has to be very difficult for you.
It's especially tough. Some dear friends, nurses, doctors who I've worked with, have gotten Ebola and passed away. And
how about the way people react to you and the whole, have you felt any, oh, he had Ebola, just the ignorance of it, and that people don't know that it's okay to touch you and shake your hand?
I haven't had much of that. Occasionally somebody will figure out who I am, who's sitting near me or something, and you'll just see them making a look. But I have not had any negative, nobody has said anything, nobody has.
Does the look bother you?
No, not really. It's understandable.
Do you feel like you dodged a bullet? Do you feel lucky? Do you feel blessed? What do you feel?
I feel like I have a second chance. It is an amazing feeling every day to wake up and think, I might not have been here, but here I am. It is a great feeling.